So I just made it on site to pick up my stuff. I gotta go figure out where it is actually, but I'm here at the hospital. So I drove 140 miles from Hermiston to Ellensburg last night. I did have problems with the van, but you know, so far so good, as far as I can tell, or as far as I know. And I'm looking for the dock where this stuff could be. So I'm looking for the dock of where this stuff is, and I do see some of it. 1, 2, oh yeah, it's all there. All there, guys. I'm gonna load it up. Loaded everything up. You guys saw how this happens with this kind of product or this kind of freight. I did take one of these cases a few days ago here, maybe 2 days ago, maybe 3 days ago, 2 days ago probably. I already brought one case here from one hospital to the other, and then had to take another one of those same looking cases, and then the purple case. So all that stuff is going to a dock. It's like a little cross dock where they keep it until somebody comes and picks it up and takes it to another hospital. That's how it works. So excited about tomorrow though. today is Friday already. So I'm going to unload this stuff and head straight home. Tomorrow, taking kids to the lake. I haven't been home really all week. I don't know how many nights out of the week I slept. Maybe 1, 2? I don't remember now. However many. It wasn't that many. For a local guy that stays that stays local, that's not a lot at all. Not used to that. Not used to that at all. I don't think I want to get used to that, honestly. But it's life. You gotta do what you gotta do. Lost my thought. Looked at something and lost my train of thought. Anyways, guys, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. If you like the content, give me a thumbs up. And if you want to see more videos like this as soon as they come out, hit that bell. That way you'll get a notification. Doesn't cost you anything, but it helps me out a lot. Gives me motivation to, you know, put these videos out again and again. That means, you know, to me that means somebody's watching, somebody's interested in them, and helps somebody out. Somebody who wants to learn how to make money doing this, expediting. So I hope it's beneficial to somebody. And by seeing subscribers and by seeing some likes and, you know, things like that, that right there, you know, solidifies it for me. So please do your part as I'm doing my part for you guys. Here's a truck stop. It's a little dinky one. This is actually where I spent the night before I came and picked up this load. It's not that, you know, fancy of a truck stop, but it did the job. Nobody bothered me, so worked out well. I wanted to share a little testimony with you guys. Actually, two, since we're on the subject. 2 testimonies for you guys. Yesterday, as I had about 30 or 40 miles left to my delivery, I lost power out just right outside of Pasco. As I was going up the hill, I lost power, complete power to the van. What happened was I didn't even check the codes, but check engine light was on, and it's happened before in this van, but I usually just shut it off, take the key out, wait a minute, and then start it back up and keep on going, and it worked fine. The reason for that was something in the fuel system, maybe a clogged fuel filter, or who knows, maybe a pump is pumping too much. It happened when it gets hot. It doesn't happen in the winter time at all, but only in the summer months it was doing it. On my previous vehicle it did it. On this vehicle it did it. So all you got to do is pull over, stop, park it, turn it off, take the key out of the ignition, wait 1 minute or 2, and then start it back up and keep on going, and you got full power again. That's kind of a little reset. We have to take the key out of the ignition. I tried this yesterday twice. It didn't work. The third time it did work, but the power wasn't all there. Either way, I still made it to delivery, unloaded, and as soon as I was leaving the parking lot, I had like 0 power. I had 0 power. That's why I didn't record the end of, you know, what the load was or any of that yesterday. So no power. I pull over. I tried messing with it, shutting it off. Doesn't work. So I checked my codes. My codes give me intake valve code, turbocharger, actuator code, and one more code with something with like a release exhaust valve code. So all this has to do with turbo not working correctly, not having the correct pressure. And so intake wasn't working, and exhaust obviously wasn't working either. So it wasn't bringing in air as it needed, and it wasn't blowing air out as it needed as well. And what does a person do in this kind of situation? I take my codes, I look online what it is, look it up, and the intake valves, those are like, you got to take the turbo apart. Basically, you got to tear apart the top part of the engine to get to it. And once you open it up, you take those intake valves out. It's a, they're big. They're not just a little valve. It's part of the engine. So you take those out and you got to clean them or replace them altogether. And I don't even know if they really sell those separately. A lot of people have different answers towards that. I looked it up online. There's no way to clean it without, tearing apart half the engine or even seeing if it's stuck in one position or not. I mean, this van already has 333,000 miles. It's been driving fine, and I almost made the decision to cancel the load because I had zero power. So I pull over. I tried to mess with maybe some connections. I tried to find them. I didn't find the connection to the valve. The turbo actuator, it was so hot I couldn't get it. I couldn't touch it with my hands. I put gloves on, but couldn't feel anything with the gloves. So the connections, I mean, I kind of messed with them, rattled them a little bit, but I didn't open up any of my, connections or anything to see if maybe gum got in there or what could have got in there. But it was so hot that, no water, none of that kind of stuff could have gotten in there. What does a guy of faith do in this situation? I almost wanted to cancel the load just to make it home, So I sit down and I did the same thing I did in the wintertime when I went to Billings, when I had a situation that I prayed when my fuel was leaking. I'll tell you guys on this one. So I prayed and I said, God, help me. You've helped me before. You've healed this van before of an obvious problem, and I still drive to this day without even touching anything. I knew what the problem was before, and it got fixed from up above. So I said, God, if it's in your will, please do something about this van. Please fix it. Heal it. I know it's metal. I know it's not a human, but heal it. And I have faith in that. And with my faith, I'm driving today. Look at my speed. You know what I mean? I was just doing 75 before I started, talking here. I was going up the hill. It does have power again. Yesterday, it had power to come from Hermiston, driving through Yakima, through that big pass, where all the semis do like 25, 30 miles an hour. So, thank Jesus, He did heal this. What I thought about yesterday is I said, God, hey, if it's in your power, if it's in your will for me to take this load, heal it. If it's not, then I'm gonna at least, make it home somehow, drive slow, whatever I can do, and just go home and get it repaired then, figure it out then. After my prayer, I started it up and I started going. It had power, but not like 100%, and then within me driving, it constantly gained and gained and gained power, and I did just fine. I was doing full speed limit through that, doing 75 through the pass and everything. Today is the same exact thing. So there's a testimony for you guys. If you guys need help, you guys got to ask the Lord for help. It's not just a physical thing that He can repair or heal. It could be this, could be a mechanical heal. For Him, there's nothing impossible. What happened in the wintertime is, I maybe explained it already in one of the videos, but I'll tell you guys one more time here. I was going to Billings for a load, and before I went on that load, the day before, I opened up the hood and I noticed that I had drips coming from the fuel filter line that attaches to the rail to one of the injectors, one of those lines, and it was dripping maybe a half a drip in a second, maybe 2 seconds. So I thought I'm gonna get a hose and repair it, but put a clamp on it. When I started messing with it, I noticed that all the plastics, the flimsy plastics that actually hold the whole system together, if I mess with them and I undo them, they're gonna crack, and I'm never gonna put it in together, and I don't have time because it's the weekend coming up. There's no way I'm gonna get to a dealership, find the right part, and get it installed, and still do my delivery. This happened already when my load was in the van already. I already had it picked up. So the day I'm supposed to leave, my kids got picked up already by my mom. She was watching them. My wife went along with me to Billings, and this is from Spokane to the refinery. I open up the hood as I'm about to leave. I open up the hood and look at the problem, and I see 3 drips per second. Before I had 1, maybe within a second, maybe half a drip. This is 3 drips per second. Like within 1 second, there's 3 drips of diesel fuel just dripping from the line. So obviously, I looked from the top. It wasn't something that you could clamp up on top and it'll stop. It was just it must have been a rip within the line itself, like a crack, and then, and dripping that way. So before we left, I made the decision of saying, hey, if I break down over there, I already have the load on the van. If I break down along the way, then I would just break down along the way, get towed to a shop, and then deal with it. I wasn't going to cancel it. I didn't want to cancel the load on anybody. Even though I had an obvious problem and we didn't have anything else to put it in, another van or anything like that. So before we left, we obviously prayed for the safety, prayed for the blessing, and I said, God, you're a healer. I know you can heal a mechanical problem as well. So please heal this van. It's all in your hands. And that's it. And I had faith in God. And guess what? To this day, I left and I came to Butte to fill up. And I opened up the hood to look, even though I did have faith, but I wanted to look anyways. I don't know. I just wanted to see. I looked under there, everything is dry, no drips, no nothing. And to this day, I still haven't touched that fuel line. I know exactly which one it is. To this day, it still does not drip. And I didn't do anything. I didn't tighten anything anywhere. I didn't change anything. I didn't, nothing. Still works. Didn't replace the fuel filter yet, nothing like that. So guys, that's a testimony for you of what God can do when you have faith in the Lord. Hopefully that helps out somebody that ever gets in a problem. But, for God to be able to do that to you, I think you have to be in the right, I think your relationship has to be correct with them. For you to have that kind of faith, you got to be in the right place with God. I hope that helps you guys out. If you ever deal with a problem like this, or any kind of a problem, if God can fix a mechanical issue, He can fix anything. So be blessed. I forgot to mention to you guys that there was a change in plans. I picked up the 2 blue cases and the purple, and then went to the truck stop to get my paperwork, and then got a call from dispatch saying that there's another piece, a 3rd blue case that needs to be picked up. So I picked it up, and then they're asking, hey, do you guys have anybody that wants to go take it to Memphis? And we don't. So they found another driver, and I'm heading to my delivery. He's meeting me there, so we have to unload one blue case, and a driver's taking that to Memphis. Not our driver, somebody else. And then after that, I'm unloading the freight onto this other dock. That's the cross dock. So that was the little change in plans that I forgot to mention to you guys.
Let's go. Lorito. Yeah. Ey, ey, ey. Oye, baby, no te pones muy cerca. Baby, yo sé que te falta ser mi amor. Yeah, yeah. Pero baby, no te pones así. Te llamé, pero no había señal casual, mi amor. Y te hace falta amor y lo estás perdiendo. Oye, mami, baby, no hay más desamor, desamor. Baby, no hay más desamor, desamor. Eso no vale nada, nada, nada. Yeah, y yo no vuelvo más, baby. Recuerdos en mi cama cuando te ponías bellaquita para mí. Nunca hablaste mucho, bien calladita. Pero mami, ya yo sabes que te gusta. Estoy guiando sin dirección justa. Tu favorita posición, baby, es cuando no hay ocasión. Sin embargo, eso fue una locura. La negrita que me rompió el corazón. Yeah, yeah. Y tú te crees que yo vuelvo a ti, yeah. And now you're just a love drunk fantasy. Y te hace falta amor y lo estás perdiendo. Oye mami, baby, no hay más nada desamor, desamor. Baby, no hay más nada desamor, desamor. Eso no vale nada, 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 yeah, y yo no vuelvo más, 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 nada, baby. Desamor, desamor, yeah. Desamor, desamor, yeah. Y te hace falta amor y lo estás perdiendo. Oye mami, baby, no hay más nada desamor, desamor. Baby, no hay más nada desamor, desamor. Eso no vale nada, 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 yeah, y yo no vuelvo más, 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 nada, baby. Desamor, desamor, yeah. Desamor,
Yeah, that's easy. If you go far, you would go far. Maybe. Done.
Done. Did you want this to work?
I'm gonna help him get this unloaded for you. See that?
Unless you stand in there.
Right here? Oh, okay. That way?
Or just put left
What if you? Back and forth.
then.
We can use my ramp and then move back, and then we'll put it on my dolly and ramp. Yeah. Done with this load too. You guys saw me unloading it. Kind of a weird dock here, but I don't know. They're busy, apparently, sitting on the computer or whatever they're doing a whole bunch of nothing, and then going to lunch. Just saw a guy that works there head out to lunch and not even unload the other van that was there before me. So I don't know. A bit silly to me, but sometimes it's just part of the job that you do. So I'm glad I have the right equipment to do it, and I could do it myself any day. I don't need anybody's help, and in reality. But the other part is this job's supposed to be pickup, liftgate pickup, not a liftgate delivery here. So even a small Sprinter or a small straight with a liftgate, they're not going to be able to deliver here because it requires a dock high unit here. It requires a dock high truck, but I don't know. The other driver helped me out with the last piece by grabbing it at the very end there, and so I helped him get his pallet out of his van by hand, and then try to use my ramp to help him out. And they stopped me saying, "Oh, there's too much liability going on over here. We gotta wait for management or something to get here, or to tell us what to do," or something silly like that. I don't know. Silliness to me, but what can you do? People work by the hour. They don't give a crap about anything. They don't care how long it takes you to get unloaded and all that, but it's okay. They pay us if we wait an hour. Well, it depends on the broker. There's really not many that pay if it's only 1 hour, but there's only far few that pay after an hour. Everybody else, usually the standard is 2 hours free, and then you get paid per hour for waiting more. So one of those things. Anyways, guys, this is it. I'm out of here. I'm going home. I'm tired. I've cleared a lot of miles this week already. I don't even know how many, but it's been a lot. I don't even want to know how much miles. Maybe 5,000, maybe more in a week. Just doing local. That's quite a bit. So I got an oil change to do. I got to see what's, clean out the EGR maybe, and figure things out with this van for sure. Got to do some maintenance. Got to change out the shock. I got to change out the front lower control arm. The oil change, obviously. So there's a few things to do that I got to do. But tomorrow is lake time for me. Taking this pull and a few others. Take the kids out. That's the most important thing, is, spend time with the family. So God bless you guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Stay safe, drive safe, be blessed. I was about to get on the freeway, and then all of a sudden I look back because I don't hear the rattling of my hand truck. I look back and I don't see it. Then I stop at the light. I don't see it again. Comes to my mind that when I was helping out the guy to unload, I might have left it on their dock. So I hurry up, chase down there, get over there, walk in there, and they're like, "Hey, what's up?" I'm like, "What's up? I think I forgot my hand truck over here." And they're like, "Oh yeah, you did. It's sitting on our dock." Doesn't occur to you guys that that's not yours? Maybe call somebody. Maybe try to get, do something about it. That way the driver can come back and grab it. I just don't understand. I mean, it's common sense. It's not yours. Somebody forgot something that's not yours at your dock. Does that work? What are you supposed to do?
At the end of the street, turn left.
If it was my dock, and a driver forgot a, pallet jack, forklift, what I mean, anything. You don't think I would call and say, "Hey,
Turn left.
turn that driver back around, come grab it," or, tomorrow come send somebody, do something about it, come grab your dolly. Not these guys. No wonder. Once again,
Construction was reported on I-90. You are on the fastest road.
once again, no wonder that these guys wouldn't help me. It's because this is the kind of people that we're dealing with. I'm sorry to say, but it's just what it is, And I sat there for like 20 minutes making the video, then cleaning things up and all this. I sat at least 20 minutes outside of their building, just in the road, like under the tree over there. I sat there making 2 different kind of videos, filming everything, then cleaning everything up and all that. So it was at least 20 minutes, at least, maybe even half an hour, plus the driving time that it took me to hop almost on the freeway. And during this whole time, which is like an hour almost, maybe
1/4 mile.
about an hour,
Turn right
nobody
on
bothered.
I-405 north.
Nobody bothered to call anybody or just, to mention anything about it. God help them. God help them. Catch you guys on the next video.